So in this episode, we're mainly going to be talking about the introduction to Final Cut Pro, how Final Cut Pro works, and just kind of getting used to the environment. So to begin, there's four windows you're going to work with when first working with Final Cut Pro. They're going to be your browser, your viewer, your canvas, and your timeline. Let's break each one down individually. So your browser is where you're going to work with files. This is where you're going to store all your files. When you import footage, all your files are going to be put here. That's going to include your video, your music, your audio, and anything you do in motion, soundtrack, etc. Your viewer is going to pretty much represent what is shown in your browser. So you can double click an item in your browser and it will pop up in your viewer. Whereas your canvas, which is where my mouse is, represents what's happening in your timeline. That's kind of where you're going to work with files and manipulate them. And of course, this net right here is your timeline, where you're going to drag files from your browser into the timeline. And here we have our tools. As you can see, we have two tools. We have our tool palette and our sound palette. Our sound palette is going to give us our audio readings, whereas our tools are going to be our arrow tool, slip tool, cut tool, zoom tool, crop tool, pen marking tool. We'll cover all those in a different lesson. But for now, this is your tool palette. And that is pretty much the introduction to Final Cut Pro and its windows.